Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and tonight we're going to be talking about Marvel Strike Force and the top 5 suggestions that I have for the game for 2019. The game's been out for a while. It's been through quite a few changes. Some changes have been implemented that the community has brought up. So we're going to go over some of my suggestions that I had posted several months ago and then go into my top 5 for 2019. But first, before we get into all of that, if you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. Several months ago, looks like about 7 months ago here, I made this post just basically giving some suggestions that I thought would be really cool to have in the game. It was a compilation of ideas that I had mixed with ideas that had come up in the community at the time as well. So I just thought it would be really cool to kind of go through that, see if anything had come from that, not specifically the post itself, but from the feedback that everybody was giving the devs, and then go into my top 5 suggestions for 2019. So 7 months ago, community presence was really at the top, and I think community presence is still at the top of the list as far as being able to interact with the developers, a community manager, or something like that. We still don't have any forum-based website, and today's gamers really want to be able to interact with the company, be able to give their suggestions, and just kind of cut out the middleman. All right, and then some game improvements, some team saves. That was mentioned quite a while ago for quite some time by quite a few people. And those finally entered the game, so that was really cool. Experience the gold conversion. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. It's an idea about once you hit max level, you get kind of this sub bar, right? And as you continue to gain experience at max level, you complete that bar, and instead of leveling, you would get a certain amount of gold. But I'll go into that a little bit later. Dynamic raid content. I just thought this was kind of an idea that would be pretty cool. We're running these raids and we're doing the exact same thing over and over and over, and there's really no change. The types of things that you do in these raids, setting up your teams and going through the nodes, it's repetitive all the way through to the end of the raids, with every raid that they've come out with. So I just thought maybe it'd be kind of cool if they made some dynamic raid content. Now, I'm not a programmer or anything, so I don't know how feasible something like this is, but maybe change the map up a little bit every now and then, or once you get 100% completion on that raid a certain number of times or whatever, you can crank up the difficulty for more rewards. It was just something that I thought was kind of cool. Next is offers. That's been a point in contention for quite some time. And I think that some of the offers have gotten better. Some of them I don't think really have. Again, we've seen some movement there, which has been pretty good. There's more offers that I would take advantage of now than there was back then. Raid attendance. This is still something that I still think needs to be addressed when you're going into the raid and you have a difficult time looking through your roster and find out who has attended that raid and who's not. If we just have a raid list, a raid roster there, and you highlight everybody that's in the raid and you highlight the people who are not, that just make it easier on raid leaders and such. A developer roadmap, I think that's gotten a little bit better with the blogs that have come out. The blogs have been a little infrequent, but at least we were getting some communication with some ideas of where the game is going. New game mode. So Hyperion 1990 here had an idea about a survival mode, and it starts with you select your core team, you select your team of 5, and you run through this map or this gauntlet. And as you continue to progress, you just keep going until your last fighter is out, and then your rewards would be based on that. I just thought that was a cool idea as well. The Blitz segment visibility, where it shows you in Blitz which segment you're in. That we found out recently. That's something that they're working on and should be coming out. Not sure when. Maybe it's 2.3, maybe it's not. I can't remember the notes right now, but that is something that they were taking a look at. And then alliance improvements here. So some alliance chat push notifications. I don't know that we really necessarily need that, or the alliance member-to-member messaging. The idea around the push notifications there was you have quite a few people who do not want to join a Discord or Line or some other third-party app. So I just thought it would be kind of a cool idea if you implemented something like that, a push notification for alliances to push out updates, things like that. Like, hey, we got an hour left on this raid. Let's hit that 100% or something like that. Now, let's go into my top 5 for 2019. Number 5, I'm going to go from 5 down to 1. 1 being what I think is probably the most important thing that be done in 2019. But number 5 is real-time PvP. Now, this is something that I had suggested with a different game. I don't know the mechanics or the programming behind it. I understand that there's some consideration to be made regarding latency and things like that, players dropping out. But there's plenty of games out there that do the real-time PvP. A few games that I have played recently have that real-time PvP as well, like Marvel Battle Lines. Shadowgun Legends is another one that's got a real-time PvP mode in it as well, and that's a pretty fun game as well. And then, I believe Marvel Contest of Champions. I can't remember. It's been a while since I played that game, but I believe that has a real-time PvP element too. Power Rangers Legacy Wars has a real-time PvP element. So there's a bunch of games out there that do allow for some real-time PvP. I've not seen this type of game like Marvel Strike Force and some other games like it do real-time PvP. So I think it'd be really cool to see that. And that was number 5, real-time PvP. I just think that'd be really cool and a lot of fun. Number 4, ability materials exchange. We've amassed so much. I think it'd be really cool if we had the ability to use a certain amount of green abilities and exchange them for blue and exchange them for purple and so on. Just to kind of clean up our inventories a little bit. I know we don't see the inventory, but I think that would be a way to be able to level some of our higher level characters. Now you can make it 1,000 green for 1 blue or something like that, just so that it doesn't get taken advantage of. But I think some sort of exchange system would be pretty cool. So that was number 4. Number 3, experience to gold. So that's something that I had posted in here as well. And again, I've seen some other games where once you hit max level, you get this sub bar, experience bar. And once that's maxed out, like in one of the games I play, once you max that out, then you get a free card pack. And then every time you do that, that's what you get. So for this game, even if once you max that bar out, you get a premium orb fragment, or you get gold, something like that. But gold has been a challenge in this game for a really long time in being able to level our rosters and things like that. And I think that there needs to be some sort of slow ramp when you level up your characters. I mean, you can't just slam everybody to the top at the beginning. I understand that. However, if we had some other way to gain some gold. Now, they've helped a lot in the game as far as the gold, because we've got events where we can get gold. We get gold from doing our dailies. We get gold from the gold orbs have been buffed up a little bit. The daily login gives those gold fragments. So, I mean, they've done a lot, I feel, in order to help with that gold crunch. However, something like this would be kind of cool too, just kind of help just a little bit more. But I think that they've done pretty well with it. So, experience to gold, or experience to premium orb, or experience to mega orb fragments, or something like that. Something that really allows us to continue to progress towards something and fight for something. All right, and number 2. So this is a character that I want in the game really, really bad. And I was fighting with making it number 1, but I think number 1 really deserves to be number 1. So number 2, I really would love to see the Silver Surfer in the game. So when I was younger and in California, I was in middle school or something, and it was Easter. I woke up one morning and my parents had put together this Easter basket for me. And in that Easter basket was a Silver Surfer comic book. Now, I hadn't really been into comic books before that. So it was Silver Surfer, it was G.I.G.O., and it was just, I don't know. I read through that and I got sucked into Silver Surfer's world. I had to buy more, learned about how he became the Silver Surfer. It's just a really cool story, right? You have Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds, and he goes to Nor and Rad's homeworld. And in order to save it, Nor and Rad says, "Whoa, wait, hold on. save my world, and I will be your herald. And for a long time, he was Galactus's herald until Galactus went to go take Earth, and Silver Surfer was like, whoa, no, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to do this for you. And really ticking off Galactus, Galactus trapped Silver Surfer on the planet, so he can't get out. Now, this is something that I thought would be cool, too, kind of to wrap into this when we're talking about synergistic teams. So those of you who are familiar with Silver Surfer's story, the Fantastic Four helped him get off Earth so that he can surf the spaceways, right? If we had the Fantastic Four in there and that fifth character, because I know that it's been talked about a few times, who would that fifth character be for Fantastic Four? I think naturally, the natural fit, in my eyes, for the Fantastic Four team in the game would be that fifth character being Silver Surfer. I think it'd be really cool. He'd be kind of he'd be a blaster and just have some cool moves, I think, with using his board as an AoE and things like that. I just think it'd be a really cool character to do something a little bit different in the game. Even if, what if we did a raid and it was a Galactus type event? Now, I don't know that Galactus deserves, I think Galactus is a little bigger than being just in the game, right? But if it was a raid or something like that, a Galactus event, and you brought this team together, I just think that would be cool. That would be kind of my dream team there, because I do like the Fantastic Four. I read a lot of them when I was younger as well. So that's number 2. That's Silver Surfer, and kind of my thoughts there. I think it'd be just kind of cool to see that realized in the game. All right, now for number 1. Don't think it's going to be a surprise to anybody. The number one most important thing that I would like to see in this game this year is improved communication from the developers, from a community manager. I don't know who the community manager is, but there's another game that I play where the community manager runs the Reddit. The community manager runs the Discord and interacts with the community, asks questions, and some of the hard questions. And the community isn't 100% soft touch either. I mean, the community is giving feedback, both praise and constructive feedback, about the game and how they feel it's going and their thoughts and their ideas about it. And the community manager is awesome, comes in, gives feedback, takes notes, and gives that to the developer team. Now, the developers also have been a part of the Discord, and having that interaction with them and having them answer questions, and again, them seeing all the feedback from the community is, in my eyes, has put that game above all other games right now. Because number 1, it's a fun game. And number 2, having that interaction with the developers, again, back to something I was saying just a little bit earlier. Today, we really want to interact with the people behind the scenes on the games that we love to play, especially ones that we are devoting hours and hours to every single day. And to have that connection there just enhances the gameplay, in my opinion, and just enhances that whole gaming experience. So I'm really hoping that this year, in 2019, we really see an increased presence from the developers, from whoever the community manager might be in Marvel Strike Force, because I think that really, truly matters. So that's what I had for you tonight, everybody. Those are my top 5. Number 5 is real-time PvP. Number 4 is ability materials exchange. Number 3 is experience to gold or experience to premium orb or something like that once you hit max level. Number 2, Silver Surfer. Come on. I think that would be a whole lot of fun. And then number 1, improved communication from the developers and from the company. I think it would be awesome, and I think it would go a long way with this game and with the community. So there you go, everybody. That is my top 5. I'd be interested to know what kind of things you would like to see here in 2019 with Marvel Strike Force. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk to you next time.